This next poem, because I'm a nature guy, is called Two Full Moons and One Empty Moon Ago. 2 full moons and 1 empty moon ago, I dreamt that I spoke Chinese, but I spoke Mandarin, and since my dream took me to Hong Kong, I was screwed because I did not speak Cantonese. I looked left and saw an old man 200 meters away yelling in Spanish and holding a brilliant red lobster the size of my hunger over his head with both hands. When I approached the Spaniard holding the lobster, I realized that it was Salvador Dali. Dali looked at me and said, I decided to paint the red lobster red. Red over red. What do you think of the use of a crustacean as a canvas? I saw large collections of your sculptures at the Raleigh Museum in Caesarea, and if I didn't already know that you died in 1989, I would ask for your autograph. Dali wept. I waited for the famed artist to regain his composure until I was distracted by a white mouse that I followed until it led me to a clown with a smile on his throat who was bleeding happy thoughts on the pavement next to the only Cubist lamppost in the world. I searched his pockets and found a stamped envelope. I took out a pen and paper, then I wrote a menacing letter to my psyche. Wake me the fuck up or else. I sealed the stamped envelope and addressed it to myself. Within minutes, a loud noise in the form of a telephone ringing awoke me. It was my other self. I received a really strange letter. We need to talk. Meet me at the airport. I will explain everything to you once we land in Poland. This poem is my penultimate poem. As a poet, you make up, you can say shit like that. People are like, ooh, penultimate. This one's called Grasping for Greatness, because I'm a humble motherfucker. and it's a really crazy and weird poem, so I really apologize. Because I'm it's not kind of like a little bit stranger than the other one, so I do apologize. Grasping for greatness. I don't come to bow, I come to conquer. Bob Marley, 1945. 1981. It's kind of deep too, so you gotta think about this one. If the whole world were an oyster, I would be upset. I remember thinking before going to sleep. Then I closed my eyes and thought, but if the whole world were an oyster that I held in my left hand, where would I live? And would I have to pay rent? If the latter were so, then I would crack that oyster open in search of the pearl that was once New York City. I would then go to the nearest pawn shop and trade the pearl that was once a grain of sand for an old Jimi Hendrix guitar. Then I would board a ship to the Atlantic Ocean in search of the white crab that was once the moon, so I could boast to my soaked conscience that I once held heaven and earth with my bare hands. And this last poem is kind of like a tribute to the spoken word, Reggie. And I do apologize because I write how I feel, and sometimes, he offended me, or it's crazy. This one is called Rihanna, because I love that girl. I would get her pregnant. Rihanna. Hopefully I won't mess it up because I'm not a spoken word guy, but I did it as a tribute to this audience, so hopefully it will come correct. Rihanna, girl, come over here. I want to meet you. I'm not Chris Brown. I won't beat you. You're so cute, I want to eat you. But I'm not a cannibal, like the guy named Hannibal. I'm from a third world country, but girl, I'm not an animal. Y'all are good.